Sampling for merchandiser, one of the most important tasks of merchandiser. Who are studying textile engineering, merchandising, apparel manufacturing, and planning to come in merchandising profession, this video is important for you. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to get more videos on merchandising. Let's see today's agenda. I'll discuss what is the definition of sample and sampling, then features and uses of different types of sample, sampling process, and sampling documents. Definition. What is sample? Sample is a product prototype which represents a group of product or lot or bulk production in order to assess their quality, style, or design or any other characteristics of the product. Sampling. Sampling is a process of making a product prototype prior to starting bulk production or pulling from bulk production to check accuracy of bulk. In simple term, you know that designer design a style or any sketch. So to convert it in the physical product is the sample actually. And in every process in garment manufacturing, you need sample for meeting purpose, for assessing quality, for inspection, etc. Features and uses of different types of sample. So at first, proto or development sample. Let's see definition. Sample differs from design sketch or the design concept is known as proto sample. Proto samples are also known as the first sample. It is the first sample actually after making a sketch or design by a designer. What are the features? It is normally made of matching fabric quality, but color can be available, but actual color is preferable. As the purpose of this sample is to see the physical appearance after sketching or designing. Normally, it is made on the base size, and styling workmanship needs to be accurate as per design. Uses to see physical product, what was in designer mind, and take decision if this style can be launched in the next season. To assess any new factory capability. So these are proto sample or development sample, factory made and sent for meeting purpose. Fit sample. It is one of the most important sample. Sample develops according to the spec sheet measurement and design skills is called as fit sample. Features. Fabric and trim's quality must be accurate and color can be available here because the main purpose is fitting, and it is normally made on the base size. And of course, here styling and workmanship should be accurate. Uses to check the garment fit on dummy or on a human model. So this is a fit sample on human model. This is fit sample on dummy. Actually, different buyer call it in different name. Like MNS call it CS sample or counter seal. Next call it as white seal sample. H&M call it as fit sample. Third one, graded fit sample or size set sample. After fit sample approval, size set samples are normally made for jump size for pattern grading. Features. Here, fabric and trim's quality must be accurate as fit sample, but color can be available. And for size, it is actually made on jump size like 8, 12, 10 skip, 14 skip, 16, then 18, 20 skip, 22, for knickers, and 32DD, 34B, 38E for bra. Actually, it depends on buyer requirement, so there is no any fixed or thumb rule for these sizes. And styling and workmanship must be accurate here. Uses to check garments fits on multiple sizes and to check pattern grading. Here you can see graded fit graded feed or size fit sample on human model. And here one spec sheet where actual measurement has been taken against the standard one. Different buyer call it in different name, like MNS call it graded counter seal or GCS sample. Next call it as black seal sample. H&M call it as size set sample. Pre-production or PP sample or seal sample or counter seal sample, grade seal sample, all are same. PP sample is made in garments factory prior to starting bulk production. PP sample is made with actual fabric trims and accessories of the style. Features: here, fabric trims quality must be accurate, and of course, color must be accurate or actual as bulk, because it will represent bulk and it will be followed in bulk. So, if any available things lead to make any mistake. And size here, of course, base size uses. Batch check sample fitting color designer correct for bulk production. And factory follows this sample during production, inspection, garments once it's approved. And of course, buyer provide one tag with this sample, the tag sample or red tag sample. Many buyer call it gold tag sample. They said that it is called seal sample, red tag sample, etc. based on buyer terminology. Production sample, top sample or top of production, shipment sample. Samples taken from production line on random basis is called production sample. Features: this is bulk production actually, same as approved PP. Buyer QC can randomly pick or factory people can send to buyer taking from production. Uses: buyer checks if production is being done following approved PP or pre-production sample. Once it is approved from buyer, QC checks bulk production against it to release goods during inspection. Different buyer call it in different name, like MNS call it showroom sample, rack sample. Next call it as gold seal sample. H&M call it as sales sample, etc. GPT sample or wash sample. GPT means garments performance test. The sample that is collected from bulk production and sent to test lab for garment performance test are known as GPT sample or wash sample. Features: garments performance test like seam strength, seam slippage, button pulling strength, print quality, chemical test of metal and dye, and printed color are done here. Uses: to check if garment produced following required parameter of testing, and to see garment's appearance after wash. Photoshoot or press sample or studio sample. Different buyer quality in different name. Main purpose is same. So, samples for capturing a photo for catalog or e-commerce sites are called photoshoot sample or press sample. Features: it is 100% same as bulk production or final sellable product in terms of quality, color, and fitting. There is no available things can be used. And size, usually it is in a model sample size, normally base size, but sometimes the different size also can be requested. Photo is taken on model or dress form. Uses: it is used for photographing promotional material like collection, campaigns for advertising, e-commerce, books. Of course, it can be loaned to magazines for editorial photo shoots. Salesman sample or marketing sample. In production, you will hear that SMS sample. So SMS stands for salesman sample, which displays in the store to forecast the order volume after getting the consumer feedback. Features: SMS samples are ordered after feed sample approval before size set, and quantity is normally around 200 to 500 pieces. depending on the customers and season. And it is here actual fabric trims is being used in terms of quality and color. No available things can be used. Uses to see the customer feedback and order placed by their retailers. Forecast order volume. Actually, it is a trial small order for any new style, new color to see how much consumer can grab any style or like any style. Digital sample or 3D sample. A garment sample is made on software and shows the 3D form of a garment. It's called a digital garment sample. Features on the digital sample, a customer can see garment fit, fabric fall, pressure points that is tight fitting on the selected digital model, both as a still form as well as the digital model moves on the screen. Uses to reduce sample approval process time, many customers go for digital garment samples. It is actually the future of our sampling, and it is a good career for you whoever wants to come in garment technology as a garment technologist, 3D sampling or 3D fitting. Wire trial sample. For any new fabric, new style, sample is owned by any person and ask feedback to correct spec or fabric is called wire trial sample. Features. Here you need accurate fabric trims quality, but color can be available and fit should be accurate. Uses to trial any new style and new fabric before going for final sampling or production. Counter sample. Actually, it is not any sample type. Whatever I have discussed already, you need to keep one counter copy for you and one counter copy for you each of department, and of course your buyer should have one counter copy. So I already said that it is already sample type. It is just a sample for keeping purpose. So why it is required? When you send any sample to your buyer, so you should have one copy. When you will get the comments, you can see what is the comments and what needs to change, and also for any meeting purpose. Sampling process. So first step is receive buyer sample inquiry. So it starts from receiving tech pack from buyer and sample requirement. So after receiving that, you have to check the sample specification, fabrication creams with your technical department. Any missing information, you should ask from your buyer instantly. Also check if this style is production feasible, price feasible. If not, then you should inform your buyer instantly. If everything is fine, confirm sample submission date to your buyer. Then raw material arrangement. You have to check in your store that any fabric or trims is available in your stock or not. If not, then you have to place sample fabric booking. Also, you have to arrange the necessary trims for your sample. If there is any stock in your store, or maybe color is not actual, you have to inform your buyer that if it is can be used or not. Sample preparation. So once the raw material arranged, you need to follow with your sample department to make the sample. So your sample department will start to make marker preparation, then cutting, then sewing, and then sample is done. Quality check. Once sample is ready, your sample QC will check if every aspect of sample quality is met. And from merchandiser, you have to check also the styling, color are okay as per bar requirement. Sample packing and dispatch. If the sample is approved from QC and your point of view, then it can be sent to your buyer within committed date with sample tag mentioning necessary information. Also, proper packing is necessary for nice presentation. A forwarding letter with correct attention, address, sample details also required. And of course, you have to send one email to your buyer after sending the sample with courier airwheel tracking number. Then, after sending sample, Follow up with a tracking number to ensure that sample arrived at destination. After arriving, follow up with your buyer for sample comments. If sample is approved, then go for next step. If reject, resampling should be done according to buyer comments. So sample tech, one of the necessary things, but very simple. So it is one of sample tech. There is any thumb rule of making sample tech. It can be a different format, but information is almost same. Like you have to mention date because this date is very much important. Then department, sample type, supplier name or your production unit name, style number, season description, block reference number, size, color, fabrication, MOQ price, etc. Price normally it is not mentioned in the tag, but if it is required, then you can put. Then specification or measurement sheet. I already showed this spec sheet. Some buyer asks this measurement sheet along with the sample. Actually, they want to see that if you send sample after checking or not. Then forwarding or sample invoice. This is very necessary. Whenever you will send any sample to your buyer, you have to mention correct attention, address, of course, your name, your address, and sample details. Thanks for watching. See you in next video, and please subscribe to my channel. And of course, please touch the like button to inspire me, and put any comments as you wish. Thanks again.